Team Obama has a new ad campaign, and they made the rounds on Sunday morning talk shows accusing the U.S. Chamber of Commerce of taking foreign money and illegal activity. Here's David Axelrod, a senior advisor to President Barack Obama, courtesy of CBS Face the Nation.
But this part about foreign money, that appears to be peanuts, Mr. Axelrod. I mean, do you have any evidence that it's anything other than peanuts?
Well, do you have any evidence that it's not, Bob? The fact is that the Chamber has asserted that, but they won't release any information about where their campaign money is coming from, and that's at the core of the problem.
Axelrod demanded that the U.S. Chamber prove that they were innocent, as opposed to the government having to prove they're guilty. Remember, the charge that's being leveled against the Chamber is a criminal charge being offered by the president and by his minions. And so this is a real threat to political speech, because the intent here is to shut people up who oppose the president's agenda.
It appears Axelrod is making the assumption that the Chamber is guilty. This idea of guilt until proven innocence seems to fly in the face of long-established standards in our country. It makes one wonder what the Founding Fathers would think.
Well, I think they'd be spinning in their graves. Any third grader knows that we have a presumption of innocence in this country, and David Axelrod has turned that on its head with a presumption of guilt, because he's got a political expedient time frame of trying to get something done before the elections. And he doesn't care what he does to the U.S. Constitution and to the overall foundational principles of our democracy and of our judicial system if it helps elect just a few more of his friends.
It all reminds us of the actions of a once prominent political lightning rod, Richard Nixon.
Going back to the Nixon enemies list, where the allegation was that Nixon was going to have the IRS go after certain individuals based upon their political beliefs. And certainly this administration is showing that they don't care for the rule of law as it relates to the people who are opposing their policies. Instead, they would rather have a guilty until proven innocent standard, and they're the judge, jury, and executioner.
So what should happen to Obama's Karl Rove, David Axelrod?
This is the ultimate gotcha game of, we're going to say whatever we want to get our people elected, and it's up to you to prove us wrong. And the most serious aspect of this is this isn't the political party. This is the government of the United States making a criminal charge against an organization. And David Axelrod should be fired.
Frank McCaffrey, Americans for Limited Government.
To prove that if the Chamber opens up his books,